The last guy asked the question, he was like, you know, what do you do if your kid's noisy and all that? And I answered for him. I said, take it outside. My first honest to God answer was smother him. See? Other people with kids. You heard right, folks. My name is Freeway. That is my honest to God born with name. In other words, my parents were hippies who did a lot of drugs. Yeah. Woo! Drugs, hippies. Yeah, I did drugs and I was a hippie, but not anymore. Name is Freeway. That is the honest truth. He'd ask my dad, I'd be like, Dad, why'd you name me Freeway? And he'd always had the weirdest answers. I'd be like, Dad, why am I Freeway? And he'd be like, who are you? Do I gotta claim you? And then he'd be like, every time he'd be like, dude, Quaaludes make you do the weirdest shit. You could have been so many other things. We wanted to name you Kilo. Right? And my mom's like, no, we didn't. We wanted to name you Graham. It kind of depended on how that night went. My dad named me Freeway because he did drugs. But no, because on the way to the hospital, I was coming out in back of the van, and he saw a sign that said, this way to Freeway, so here I am. Yeah, my mom used to say, we were going to name you Ringo, but we gave that one to the dog. Oh, thanks, Mom. Yeah, I used to get teased a lot when I was a kid. You can imagine, right? Huh? With a name like Freeway, all the fucking... I remember one time, there was this girl, and she was sitting on top of me, and she's just like, your name is stupid. You have the dumbest name in the world. Your parents were drug addicts. I had enough. I was like, get off me, Grandma. Damn, and what are you laughing at, Pastor Dan? Mister, there's lifesavers in my pocket. Oh, but you got it. Everyone has a Pastor Dan in their life. Different generations handle my name differently. Every one of them's a little different on how they take it. When I'm like, hey, I'm Freeway. First of all, Generation X, my generation. Any other Xers? Yeah. Yeah, Generation X is great. I'm like, my name is Freeway. And most Generation Xers are like, yeah, I don't care. You can call yourself whatever you want. We had a guy named Bon Jovi. And I don't even know what the hell a Bon Jovi is. I think it goes on a pizza. Then we had a little dude named Prince. So you can call yourself whatever you want. Millennials are great. You can call yourself whatever you want. You're in a safe space. Now, may I capitalize on your diversity? My favorite are the boomers. Boomers are great. Hi, my name is Freeway. Yeah, I don't care what you're called at all. In fact, from here on out, you're either Tom, Dick, or Harry. Pick one. All right. Generation, you guys know the low generation, right? You guys know Z? You know those guys? Oh, little shits. Can't stand them. My son is Generation Z. You ask those guys, you're like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, my name's Freeway, and those little kids are always like, really? How do you spell it? What the hell do you mean, how do you spell it, public school? All right, let me help you. P-H-E-A-W-H-E-Y. I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm teased all the time when I was a kid. Say your name is Kyle. Well, fuck you. Anyone, you guys are older, you guys all remember, anyone here remember a show called Heart to Heart? You remember that show? You guys remember that show? Remember what the dog's name was? I do. Yeah, Freeway. I'm getting older. I'm in my mid-50s now. So yeah, no, everything hurts. Everything hurts, and for some reason or another, all foods are laxatives. I have no idea why that is. Just every food, and hell, if it's Taco Bell, don't even be in the same room with me. They just call it X-Lax Bell. I'm getting old and just fatter. And do you guys remember when you were younger? You remember having hopes and dreams? Remember that? Things you were going to do with your life, places you wanted to go. You had a bucket list, right? Right? Now, in my mid-50s, I have only really two hopes and dreams. My first hope is I want to go 24 hours without coughing and farting at the same time. And heaven forbid I do my second one, which is sneeze, and then I gotta have a pair of new pants. Yeah, I'm that extra pair of pants old. I did actually lose a little bit of weight. Like I had to put a new hole in my belt. I felt good about myself. I was like, yeah, I've lost some weight. I was looking at myself naked in the mirror. I was like, yeah, looking good, feeling good, lost some weight. And then that guy at the Panda Express was like, get out of here! What the hell? You know, they're not nearly as nice as the people in Starbucks. You know, latte for a naked dude? They get my name wrong too. How do you spell Freeway? Again, P-H-E-A. Nowadays everybody identifies as something, you know, whatever they feel they are. No, I identify as lazy. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. I am part of the do I have to movement. Yeah, I actually do own a pair of sweatpants that I like to refer to as my emotional support sweatpants. And ladies, you can pet them. Which is funny because as I'm getting older now, whenever the subject of sex comes up, my first thought is always, oh man, will it be over before my shows come on? You know what I'm talking about, right? You get into that point where you get to that age where people are like, hey, you want to go out and party tonight? And you're like, yeah, for me, man, a party is sitting at home doing nothing. Anybody here parents? Who said they were parents earlier? You're a parent? Your kid's young though. I don't know how to break this to you, but they're gonna get older. And when they get older, they have things called opinions. Yeah. Does anybody here, because I know there's some older people like me here, do you ever get really pissed at young people just for being young? Like you're watching a young person and they're like, they go running up some stairs and you're like, I went up some stairs without catching my breath. I'm like, well, fuck you. I can eat whatever I want without having to spend 3 hours in the bathroom. Nowadays, if I go up 2 flights of stairs, I have to make base camp halfway up. Just go on without me, man. It's terrible. As I get older now, I'm finding that sex with me is a lot like having sex with an oily beach ball. There's a lot of squeaking, bright colors. You're probably not going to be able to hold on to me the whole time or get a new grip. There's sand in weird places. Occasionally I make that weird sound. And at one point, I'm gonna deflate. It's the truth. I mean, at least I'm honest, right? You know what you're getting when you get in bed with me. A CPAP machine. We'll talk about a CPAP machine later, but does anyone here use one of those beside me? You do? The most unsexy device in the world. And you know what's really funny about a CPAP machine? Just so you know, everything you say through a CPAP mask sounds perverted. I'm not kidding. It's like, I'd like a taco. Lots of beef. We'll talk about CPAPs in a little while here. The bane of my existence. You got kids though, huh? You got kids? Do you like your kids?
I have 7.
You have 7 kids? Just some advice: when you bet the devil, learn to play a banjo. You like your kids? Oh, I fucking hate kids.
Only 5 for
I really hate kids. They're good for making shoes. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of... You know what I don't like about kids? I'll give you this. Here's what I don't like about kids. They always want something. Can I have a glass of water? Can I have something to eat? I want a new toy. I need new shoes. Will you unlock the cage? Can I sleep in the house with you? I don't like dog food. I buy the good stuff. It's just, they're a pain in the ass, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have a son. I am somebody's dad. I lost the bet with the devil too. He's, my son is 17 now. He is 6'7", 172 pounds. So he's a very large boy. I often say things like, clean your room. All right. My son also, and this is the honest truth, tested positive as a genius. Yes, he has a very high level IQ, and that sucks on every level. Because he does the evilest shit to me. First of all, I'll tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, my son has a genius IQ. And that kid will stand behind me and go, yeah, I'm smart. Dad says pants first, underwear last, and it doesn't work. You got it wrong, son. He got mad at me the other day. I don't remember what for. I think it's because I didn't give him his allowance. You guys know what a Google Home is? Does everyone here know what a Google Home is? It's just like Alexa. You say, hello, hey Google, and it turns on your lights and it controls your home. My son reprogrammed my Google Home. So now randomly, just whenever it wants, it plays the first 30 seconds of the song 9 to 5. And tumbled out of bed, stumbled to the kitchen, poured myself a cup of ambition, and then it farts for 30 seconds. And then when it's done, it goes... I can't do anything to stop it. If I say, hey Google, stop, it just keeps going. The fart gets longer. And my son will walk through the room and go, you gonna pay me that allowance? When he was much younger, he got really super into the show Breaking Bad. Have you guys ever seen Breaking Bad? You know what I mean? Was everyone here born under a rock? You guys, okay. So before you judge me for letting a little kid get into Breaking Bad, screw you, it kept him quiet for 45 minutes. I came home one night from a show, and my kitchen was destroyed. There were pots and pans everywhere, beakers, things boiling, and on the end of the counter space, my son was standing in a hazmat suit, crushing blue glass on a tray. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. No. Son, what are you doing? Here's my kid. I made the meth from Breaking Bad. Oh, God, no. No. We're going to go to jail for that. I'm going to go to prison for life. You can't be making meth in my house. That's good. You know, they had a shit ton of money in that movie. They had a whole warehouse full of money. No, you can't do this. Are you crazy, kid? He looks at me and goes, Dad, calm down, man. The meth in Breaking Bad is rock candy. I was going to take this to school and sell it to the diabetics and make a bundle. What the hell? And you know what's funny? He did. You ever owed your kid money? Anyone here ever owed their kid money? Wait till you get older and you owe them money. I took my kid, okay, we go to the store to buy, I'm gonna buy a little joke book. Because all of us comedians have our little books we write our little jokes in. You ought to see us every time you go to an airport, you can tell the comedian because we look like the guy who's like reading the Quran before he So I go to the store, we're gonna buy a new book, and we're standing there looking at the little books, and my son is standing next to me, and all of a sudden I hear, so you're gonna buy a book to put those little dad jokes into, huh? Okay. And now I'm thinking he's gonna make fun of me. This is gonna go really, really bad. So I'm like, okay, I'll grab a book, grab the kid, go up to the front counter, I set the book down, and I hear the kid say, yeah, big guy here's will take the pink Care Bears. I didn't pay attention to what book I grabbed. So I grabbed the book, put it down, and the lady's like $3, and I only had like $2 on me, and I didn't want to use a card because you know that's a pain in the ass. So I gave the lady the $2, and I said, son, do you have any money Dad can borrow? This damn kid pulled out a wad of money like this. And first of all, he goes like this. Here's your buck. Oh, what are you gonna hide that from? Where'd you get that money? That's a lot of money. And he looks at me and goes, me and Grandma got something going on. They didn't. You wanna know how he got all that damn money? My kid was selling time at school on the internet to other kids because they can't use the internet. So he took out 3 cell phones in my name and was renting them out to kids. Yeah, he got caught because one of the kids sent something to the office to print. And I said, son, you do know what you're doing is wrong. And he said, yes, printing costs more. So we grabbed the book, I set it down, he says pink Care Bears, we're walking out of the joint, and I said, son, Dad really appreciated that. Thank you for lending me the $1. I needed the $1, thank you for being there for me. And he says, no problem, Dad, you're always there for me, I love you very much, and I'm glad to give you money anytime you need it. When we get home, I'm gonna be needing that $2 back. Wait a minute. $2. It was $1, son. Yeah, I get it. And when we get home, I'm gonna need all $3 back. Whoa, whoa. Now it's 3? Yes, Dad, and when I get home, I want all $4 back. It just kept getting bigger. I owe the kid the house. I owe the kid the house now. So then he gets mad at me because I make fun of him. Because as we're walking out of the store, I'm like, I ain't gonna ever owe you money again. We get home, he's not feeling well. This is how he gets even with me for making fun of him. He's not feeling good. So I'm like, okay, well, I want you to take a pill and this will make you feel better. Now, before you say anything, it was cold medicine. So I'm like, would you take the pill? You ever try to give your kid a pill? It's a pain in the ass, right? I give him the pill. Here's what we go through. Take the pill. No. Take the pill. No. Take the pill. No. Take the pill. Now we're wrestling. Come on. Take the pill. No. Take the pill. No. I'm yelling at him. Take the pill. Come on. I'm going to shove it in your mouth. No, I don't want your pill. Now, I didn't know that my window was open. My son did, and this is his chance to get even with me. So I'm going, take the pill. No, take the pill. He looks me directly in the eyes and goes, you're not going to Cosby me, bitch. And I'm like, what? You're not going to Cosby me. I'm not taking your pill. Window was open, right? If your neighbors are barbecuing in complete silence and no one is looking anywhere but at the ground, they hear you. And my son's in there going, I'm not taking your pill. No, you ain't Cosbying me, man. You ain't getting away with it. And I'm going, you better shut up or I'm going to kill you. Kids, aren't they wonderful little creatures? Aren't they? Don't you guys just love them? You guys can tell the truth. They're not here right now. Let's be honest about our kids. Come on. They're not going to send you to the cornfield. You can say whatever you want about them. Wow, some of you actually got that cornfield reference, huh? Nice. My son is famous for doing weird crap. Like our cat. My son got into chemistry. Now I have to know where the cat is 24 hours a day. Because my son, according to him, look, it's fine. Just don't feed it after midnight or get it wet. You guys know what a Roomba is? You familiar with a Roomba? I bought a Roomba, and my son's room is such a freaking mess. Your kids' rooms are always a mess, right? I mean, when we were kids, our rooms were a mess too. My son's room is so bad and so full of a mess that Roomba went in, and it was missing for 3 weeks. When it finally came back out, it was feral. And it had a note attached to it that said, bring in supplies, the Wong family. She's gone. Who else had kids? Who else did you have kids? You like your kids? Do you? I mean, you could be honest right now. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna quiz you. Okay? And we're gonna see. If you're sitting watching TV and from the other room, you have more than one kid?
I have
3. 3, okay. You hear a loud clang, someone starts crying, and it sounds like something bad happened. Do you come running right away? Are you super mom? You there? What's going on? Do you?
Well, I guess when they were younger,
Yeah, you're right there, right? You know, what's going on? Are you okay? Now, when you do that, do you think the same thing as I do on your way into the room? There better be blood everywhere. When I open that door, it better look like the elevator in The Shining. I swear to God. And then when you get in there, it's always like, I got a little sliver. And you're like, I want to bite that finger off and show you what pain is. You don't do that? No? Oh, well, I guess it's just me. I'm a bad dad. You ever taken your kid to the emergency room? That's always the same. That's always a fun experience. I gotta go to the emergency room. Oh man, really? How much blood is there? All right, here we go. Pack your charger, pack a book to read, pack yourself a snack, get yourself something to drink. Dad's gonna power drink while you're doing all of that. You never do that? You never drive your kid to the emergency room, you pull right up in front of the emergency room and you're like this. Don't tell him I did this! Run in! Dad's gonna park! You don't do that? I'm a bad dad. CPS is right. Take some vodka with you? All parents do that though. I'm sure there has not been one parent alive who hasn't spent a little bit of time in the emergency room thinking to themselves, they know, they can tell, they can tell, they know, they can tell, they can tell, they can tell. I do that all the time. They know, they can tell. And then I get defensive. When you think somebody knows something that they don't, but you think they do, so you're like, I ain't stoned, officer. The kid just plays with electricity a lot, that's all. And a gun. I love kids. I do like kids. I don't get me wrong. It's not that I dislike kids. I just wish I never had any. Honestly, I tell my son that all the time, poor kid. My son has heard go away more than he's heard I love you. Now come on, your parents never said that to you? Go away. My mom's famous, this is her most famous reply to everything. Go play outside. Go play. You remember that, don't you? Huh? Your parents do. I bet Pete's parents said that a lot. Go play outside. Go on. And of course, Pete and his imaginary friend, let's go. We love you, Pete. I'll admit, when we were driving here, I'd never heard of Blue Lake. First of all, where the fuck is the lake? You guys understand that that's ocean that way, right? That's not a lake. I figured some Indian somewhere was like, big lake. The name of this town, is it even called Blue Lake, the name of the town? Is that what this is? Is it? Yeah. Really? Honestly, the slogan for this town ought to be something like, Blue Lake, where? It's so true. How am I doing on time, Pete? He has no idea. You've been up there for a couple hours. Now, look at the porn first. 10 more minutes. Okay, you guys are screwed. I got 10 more damn minutes here. Let's see here. Let's pull out some notes. See if there's anything we want to talk about. Ooh, okay. I had a friend staying the night. This is the honest truth, too. I had a friend, he was staying the night, and I was coming out of my bedroom, and the guy's standing in the hallway right in front of my bedroom door with this shit-eating grin on his face. He's like, hey, man, what's going on? Now, the night before, we had gone out and did a little bit of partying because we were old friends, and I hadn't seen him in a while. He's just like, dude, did you bring someone home last night? Who's in there? Come on, man, I heard it. What's going on in there? And I'm like, dude, there's nobody in there. I was home. I came home alone. It was just me. And he's like, dude, I could hear you in there. There's a girl in there. What's going on, man? And I'm like, dude, I was by myself. And then that's when I realized the sound of me getting dressed sounds like I'm getting some. Because I'm in there all like, yeah, this will fit. Ow, 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 my hair. That's too tight. I'm stepping on it. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I think I'll go with this. He's like, I heard you, man. You were getting some. I'm like, no, I honest to God, I wasn't getting any. I was just getting. My son and me had the same argument, actually. He came to my door and he's like, yeah, I heard you having a problem in there. You all right? And he was holding a bat. And I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, I heard something going on in there. And yeah, for him, it was the same thing. Me getting dressed, except for him, it sounds like I'm having a fight. Because in there, I'm going, you will fit. Get in it. He's a good kid. He was there for Dad. Program my Google. You know what's funny is he told me not to tell people that he reprogrammed my Google Home. So chances are when I get home, it's going to be a whole new fucking song. And I'll even longer fart. I guess I'm going to end you guys on this little bit here. You guys said you know what a CPAP machine is, right? Right? Okay. A CPAP machine, or as I like to refer to it, a self-touching oven. How I learned this was on burrito night. For those of you who do not know, a CPAP machine takes the air in the room, circulates it through a little machine, and then it goes up a tube, and that tube goes to a mask on your face. And this mask in this machine is created for people whose body said, when you go to sleep tonight, I'm going to kill us. You have made really stupid decisions. So it's late one night and I'm out. I am just, when you're just dead to the world, but then you have that feeling something's in the room with you. You guys know what I'm talking about? You're asleep and you're sleeping good, and then something in your head says there's about to be a dick in your ear. Or something like that, right? I heard someone get a loogie ready. So I'm sleeping and my eyes pop open, and there's my son standing next to the bed with his pants around his ankles. Yeah. He has the devil's onion ring pressed against my CPAP machine. And he's just staring at me. And I said, "Hi, son. What you doing, buddy?" "Oh, just seeing you asleep." "You're watching me sleep at 3:24 in the morning with the devil's tube saw pressed against my machine, huh?" Yeah, just hanging out." "Son, I'll kill you." That kid looked me directly in the eyes, got nose to nose with me, and he goes, "Stumble out of bed, tumble to the kitchen, pour my..." 30 minutes he farted into my Whippy Pat machine. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. Let's bring your host back up here from his latest court appearance and jury duty.
Guys, let's keep it going one more time for Freeway Farrell. You can catch him out of Medford, Oregon. Check out all the comics you saw tonight for any of their tags and stuff. And thank you for coming out. We'll be doing another show with Dan. Dan will be coming to headline.